Welcome everybody. My name is Stephen Hopper, and this is for Business 343 at Liberty University, and this is the spring semester of 2015. Alright, so we're going to move on to our first slide, which is actually slide number 2, but it's going to be our first slide with content. I want to go through a case study with you and help you understand some aspects of how human resources in any firm will be required to enforce certain policies that may or may not seem right when you first look at them from the wrong perspective. Human resources is a fairly new concept, considering it was created in the early 1900s after prolonged labor problems in the U.S. labor system. There are always situations where the human resource representative will have to make decisions that he or she may not really enjoy. Human resources is designed to help protect the company and its employees, but often the employees can see the HR as more of a judge, jury, and executioner. It is the responsibility of the human resource representative to uphold the policies of the company and keep the employees accountable for their actions or non-actions. Next slide, please. The case explains that a man named John Arnett was upset because the company he works for was refusing to pay him for a holiday because he took a personal day on the day following a holiday. The company that John works for is called Saga Food Services, and they have a written employee handbook that includes a section on this very subject. Next slide, please. The company does not allow employees to take personal days off the day before a holiday or the day after a holiday. Now, this is a common practice in many companies today. The reason this policy is put into place is because the company does not want its employees taking extra paid days around every holiday. In certain businesses, the weeks of the holidays are actually more stressful because the workload has not reduced because of the holiday. There's actually just more work to do in a shorter amount of time. The question presented at the end of the case study is to assume that you are the human resource rep for John's company. How would you present the case to prove that John is not entitled to his holiday pay? Next slide. There is really only one way to handle this situation. The human resource representative is required to follow the policies that are put in place for the company. When the employee is hired, he is required to sign documents that will include a section about reading and understanding the employee handbook. The company policies are listed in the handbook for reference at any time. This means that Mr. Arnett was aware of the policy that excludes him from being paid for a holiday if he takes a personal day before or after the holiday. The HR rep will need to make sure that the company's policies are upheld so as to not set an unwanted precedent for the future. Human resource representatives have a very important job, and many of the individuals who are seasoned veterans of the field will tell you that there are a few qualities that are needed to make an excellent human resource representative. Next slide. Organizational skills are needed due to the vast amount of actual work that they are required to accomplish. Multitasking will be a great asset to keep everything running smoothly as well. One of the most important traits, though, is going to be the ability to deal with the gray area. Now, there are times at which decisions may not be crystal clear, and the decision may be left up to the representative. Communication may be the most important trait for a human resource representative to have. Being able to efficiently communicate is essential for human resources. Last, but definitely not least, is ethics. Ethics are important in every aspect of business, but human resources needs to be extra sure that they are following rules, especially since they are designed to enforce the rules. As the human resource representative for Saga Food Services, I would be forced to inform John Arnett of Part B of Section 7.03 of the Employee Handbook. I would then proceed to explain to him the reasoning of why he would not be receiving salary for the holiday. And I would also help him understand what he could do different next time to ensure that he is compensated for the holiday. Next slide, please. John could have received manager approval earlier than Tuesday and then taken a vacation day instead of a personal day. Vacation days are considered excused absences from work due to their nature. Personal days are considered more like unexcused absences or non-serious sick days. Next slide, please. I would then produce a memo for the supervisors to inform the employees of some key reminders for their convenience. This would try to prevent any future instances of employees not receiving pay. Thank you very much, and I appreciate your time.